By converting these LCA wages and prevailing wages from text to numbers, we can perform certain arithmetic operations on them. For instance, finding the median or the minimum or the maximum. This allows us to comb through and discover the errors, the obvious errors. This video shows my method of doing this. We Control-C to select the value that is in question, Control-F to search through the data for this value. Mind you, we have to look in values, not formulas or comments, and then click Find All. It will comb through the 24,000 rows and it will find the two places where this number is located, on row 3 and on row 13,951. Here we find that supposedly a computer programmer is proposed to pay $5 million per year when the prevailing wage for that job is said to be $4,634,000. Obviously, this is an outlier, if not an error, so I'm going to cut that out of my data and paste it here. This way, I do not lose the data, but I can remove it from the calculations. So you see, I've kept the original calculations here with the live calculations here so that we could track the differences. We now see that the max has jumped from 5 million to 600,000. Let's repeat this process. Control-C to copy, Control-F to search, Control-V to insert that number, find all. In this case, there are multiple instances where there's a max of 600,000. On line 5609, supposedly a computer analyst being paid $600,000 when the prevailing wage is $56,680. That's obviously an error. That is going to be cut, taken to the top, and moved there. Once again, taking it out of our calculations. Line 5751, supposedly a computer analyst being paid $600,000 when the prevailing wage is $56,680. Let us remove that one as well. Cut. And paste it there. Then move on to the final line, 21241, where supposedly a minimum and maximum paid $600,000 when the prevailing wage is $54,600. Let us remove that. Cut. Go to the top. Paste. Now we have another copy case of 500,045. Copy, Control-F, Control-V to paste, and let us find that number. It's on line 20,165. Supposedly a programmer analyst to be paid $500,000 when the prevailing wage is $50,000. Obviously that's a typo. We are going to remove that. Cut. And paste. One more. Copy. Paste. Search. Supposedly, where the prevailing wage is $36,900, they propose to pay $487,000. Nice work if you can get it. Now, the final one, the maximum is now $182,000. Let's find that one and consider it. Copy, search, paste. Supposedly, somebody intends to pay a programmer a salary of $182,000 when the prevailing wage is half that, $93,000. There is the possibility that this is an error, but I have opted to leave it. I'm leaving all errors that are less, where the numbers are less than 300,000, because it's not going to affect the calculations very much. But you can see here how finding these errors has actually changed the average the median by none at all, but the average by a little bit. But it has significantly changed the standard deviation to be more in line with what we would expect. So the average standard deviation here in the LCA wage is approximately the same as the standard deviation for the prevailing wage, which is what we would expect. I have left the raw data in this file, but removed it from the calculations. And in a situation where 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items were removed from 24,000, that's a relatively small amount.